everyone, and welcome to Morning Ritual. This short practice is designed to wake the body up and to just kind of bring you to life so that you can move through your day with mindfulness and inner peace. So I will be using some props today. I have 2 blocks and a blanket that I'll be using. I am sitting on a bolster, but you don't need a bolster for this practice unless you just like to have one. And of course, this practice can also be done without any props at all. So we'll begin in our Sukhasana, our easy seated posture. I like to sit with my legs crossed. You're also welcome to let the foot just kind of rest one in front of the other. If you have blocks, you can stack those underneath your knees for a little bit of support on your hips if you feel like you need that. All right. So go ahead and find a place that is comfortable for you. We'll sit up nice and tall, and you can close your eyes or bring your gaze to the earth in front of you. Let's take a few cleansing breaths here together. So exhale through the mouth. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Big exhale through the mouth. Again, inhale through the nose. Big exhale. Let's sigh it out this time. Inhale through the nose. Big sigh. And seal the lips. Begin to breathe in and out through your nose. Keep the breath deep and steady. Feel the breath expand and contract from your lungs. Feel your breath in your body. Try and bring your awareness to the sensation that you feel with each inhale, the expansiveness. And with each exhale, feel the body draw itself back in toward the heart space. And just breathe here. Feeling the energy of your breath expand and contract. You can imagine here as you breathe that you're sending energy outward and away from you with the inhale. And the exhale, you're drawing it all back toward the center of your heart space. And as you breathe, bring your inner gaze to the space between your eyebrows, to the mind's eye. Breathe here. With each inhale breath, imagine that you're drawing your breath in through your nose, up into your brain. And with each exhale, you're exhaling through the nose, clearing out any thoughts, any negativity, sending that back out through the nose. So we're cleansing our mind here. We're cleansing the brain. Create more space for the present moment, more space for peace. Each breath clears away your thoughts. And then bring your hands to heart center here, pressing your palms together. This is Anjali Mudra. Anjali means to seal. Let's seal this moment with an intention. Reflect on what brought you to your mat this morning. What are you seeking in your practice? This could be inner peace or flexibility. Or maybe you're just here to remain open and just go with the flow. Set an intention in this space. Set an intention for this practice. And lift your thumbs up to your forehead, connecting your mind with your heart. And on your next inhale, reach the hands high up and above your head. The gaze is up. Exhale, twist to your left. Reach across for your knee. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale, look over your left shoulder. Look back and behind you. You can keep your left fingertips on the earth. You can wrap your arm around your low back, trying to tuck it into the opposite hip crease. And we're just breathing here. Soften your knees and your hips. Keep the belly button turned forward. The twist is in your shoulders around the heart space. Twists are detoxifying postures, an opportunity to let go and release. So is there anything that we can let go of here? Anything we can shake loose or exhale out of the body? Let's take one more breath here, sitting up a little taller. Inhale, reach your hands back up and over your head. Exhale, twist to the opposite side. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale to deepen your twist. Look over your right shoulder. Keep the knees soft. Again, as you breathe and twist here, where can you create space? Where can you let go? Maybe your mind feels full this morning. Have a clearing here. Really focus on the exhale. Take another deep breath. On your next inhale, reach your hands back up through center. Exhale, press the arms wide, bringing your hands back down to the mat. Let's switch the cross of our feet, bringing the opposite foot in front or on top of our legs. Fingertips are still on the earth here. Just let your head fall over to the left. Breathe along the right side of your neck. Feel that line of energy from the tip of your collarbone all the way up to the earlobe of your right ear. Take another deep breath. And then roll your head forward, chin to chest, stretching the back of the neck. Feel sensation from the back of your ears all the way out to the tip of your collarbones and even down into the shoulder blades. Breathe into this space, clearing away any tension in our neck and shoulders, any heaviness. Then roll your head over to the right, again breathing along the left side of your neck here. Feel that line of energy up from your ear all the way out to the tip of your collarbone. Let's begin to roll the head out side to side, loosening up the neck, clearing out our throat chakra. You can imagine a blue light shining in the throat, clearing away any negative words, any self-doubt. We all have an inner critic. Let's clear out that voice, let go of that ego here to create more space for love, more space for peace and kindness. Roll that head out side to side. And bring your head back up through center. Left hand stays on the ground. Inhale, right arm high, side bend over to the left. Your palm is facing the earth. Your right hip is glued to the ground and you're lengthening up to that side body. Reach to the elbow first and then reach your fingertips over to the side. You can look up towards the hand or the elbow. Take a nice deep breath here. Your core is engaged as you lift yourself back up through center. Exhale, take that stretch to the opposite side. Your left hip is connected to the earth. You're lengthening up through the elbow to the side body. Take a deeper side bend stretch here. The gaze is up. Take a deep breath. Inhale, reach back up through center and relax the fingertips. We're going to roll onto our hands and knees. So if you have any props, you can move them out of the way. You're welcome to keep that blanket underneath your knees if that feels good. Oops. Let's take a few breaths here. Tabletop, feet are nice and flat on the ground. On an inhale breath, we'll lower our belly, gaze up towards the sky for cow pose. Exhale, cat, round the spine, chin to chest. Continue this breath to movement flow. Allow your breath to inspire your movement. You can add anything that feels organic. You can roll out the shoulders and the hips. You can look side to side. Just Awakening up your spine here. And let's start to draw circles with our hips. So imagine you're drawing a big circle on the ground with your belly button. Now we're warming up all the joints, our wrists, our knees, our shoulders, and our hips. Let's take another big circle here. And then take it in the other direction, big circles. Big circles. And come back to tabletop. Send that right leg back behind you. Your foot is flexed. The heel is pressing back. Take a nice deep breath. Even bend your knee a little bit and keep pressing that heel back, trying to get a deeper stretch in the calf and the Achilles tendon. And straighten the leg back out. Send your foot out to hips level, so straight back behind you. Squeeze that leg. Pull the belly in. Notice if the low back collapse. Let's make a little bit or a few circles with that foot, really working out the ankle. Take your circles in the other direction. Keep a strong core here. Squeeze that leg. Take a deep breath. Lift the foot a little higher and then set it down. Other side, send that left leg back behind you. The foot is on the ground. The toes are tucked. You're pressing your heel back behind you. Breathe to the back of your leg. Take a deep breath. And then bend that knee a little bit, getting a deeper stretch in the calf, and the Achilles tendon. And then straighten that leg out behind you. Make some circles with the foot, working out your ankle. You can close your eyes, bringing your awareness back to that back foot. Make circles in the opposite direction. And squeeze that leg, reach the foot a little higher, and then set it down. Nice work. Press those hips over to the right. Look over your left shoulder. Take a deep breath. Come back through center. Press the hips over to the left. Look over the right shoulder. Take a deep breath. And come back to center. Now, option to use your blocks here. We're going to take downward facing dog. If this is your first down dog of the morning, which it probably is, this is our morning ritual, having the blocks is just a little bit of extra support. It helps get your heels closer to the ground if maybe your heels don't quite touch the earth in down dog. But again, this is optional. So if you are going to use the blocks, they're nice and flat. 2 fists can fit right between your blocks. You can tuck your toes, send the hips high for Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. And we're just going to press through our hands here and really send the tailbone up as high as we can. Now notice you don't want your shoulders to dump, so pull the ribs in. Press your tailbone up to the sky by pressing into your hands. Feel the heels melt to the ground. Take a tiny bend in your knees. Look side to side. We're going to stay here for about 5 breaths. So down dog is a full yoga practice within itself. It's a full body workout. So it's always nice to take a few breaths here in the morning, a nice gentle inversion. We've got our heart above our head. Think of this like a cup of coffee. It's just letting energy flow through us, waking us up. Sending blood to the head. We're giving our heart a break. We're really opening up the body. Lift the heels a few times and roll the feet back down. Maybe even roll forward into a plank and then back into your down dog a few times. Just really turning the body on, waking yourself up. Let's do that one more time if you're making your plank pose. And then look forward. Let's walk the feet forward. Heel toe, feet are at hips width distance. Bend your knees, grab your elbows for ragdoll. Let your head relax. Grab your elbows here, reach the tailbone up as high as you can, and then begin to sway side to side. Try and keep your hips still. Let the movement just be in your shoulders and your neck. Feel the crown of your head pour open, dumping any excess thought, any negativity, any anxiety, all of the extra stuff that we fill ourselves up with. Let that go here. We're trying to find that simple part of ourselves. Part of ourselves that is pure light, consciousness, love,
Everything else is extra. Take another deep breath. And release your hands, bend your knees, slowly rise up to standing, one breath at a time.
We're not going to do a whole lot here standing, but we are going to stand in our mountain pose. So toes are forward, big toes touch, palms open by your sides, stand tall, and just close your eyes here. Press your feet into the ground to lengthen through the crown of your head. Just take a few breaths. Standing in your power, facing the day ahead of you. As we stand in our mountain pose, we embody grace and strength at the same time. We feel grounded, yet also sky high. Feel your center line of energy from your brain all the way down to the tip of your tailbone, down to your feet, reaching down into the earth, and then root down to rise up, lengthening up to the crown of your head. Imagine a white light just shining through you. You're a beam of beautiful white light. Let's take 3 breaths right here. Palms open to receive, fingers spread wide. We'll move through one sun salutation. So on your inhale breath, reach your hands up and over your head, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your hands to the ground or to your blocks. Step your feet back into a plank pose. Take a nice deep breath here. Press back to downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath here. And bring your feet together, lift your heels, and then lower your knees down to the earth, keeping your toes tucked. We're gonna sit back on our heels for toe torture. So most of us spend a lot of time on our feet all day long, so we're gonna do a little bit of self-care for our feet today. So toes are tucked under, make sure those pinky toes get under there too. And you can just let your hands rest on your thighs. If you're feeling a lot of sensation in your feet, that's okay, it's supposed to be sensational. Pain feels like lightning. Sensation just feels like a golden thread weaving through your legs and your feet. So if you're feeling shoots of pain, you can use your blocks by pressing your hands into your blocks, or you can just kind of come forward into a tabletop, or even rise all the way up onto your knees. You choose, take what you need here. We're gonna breathe. Breathe into the feet. Let's take 2 lion's breath here. Inhale through the nose. Again. And one more, why not? And bring your hands to the ground, untuck your toes, tap out those feet, give them a nice little break. Keep the feet flat, sit back on your heels again, set your hands back behind you. Lift your chest, draw the shoulders back. You can stay here or you can lift your knees off the ground, getting a deeper stretch across the top of your feet. Let's take 2 breaths right here. Keep the back of your neck long. And slowly roll the knees back down. And we'll just go ahead and come back to a seat. Feet together, knees wide. Baddha Konasana. Grab the shins here. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Draw the belly in. Exhale, forward fold. You can keep the spine long, or you can round your spine by relaxing your head. Listen to your low back. If the low back feels a little overstretched here, keep the spine long. Crown of the head is reaching up and away from the tailbone. Let your knees gently relax and peel open here. Feel the hips soften. Just getting a nice external rotation of our hips, waking them up. And then slowly rise back up here. Kind of take a moment to massage your feet a little bit, just kind of pressing into your toes and your feet. You can even kind of make little fists with your hands and kind of beat out the feet here. We're gonna move up the legs, really waking them up. Bring it up to the knees, give the knees a little shake, and bring it up to the thighs. Get around the hips here, just really waking everything up. This improves our circulation. Nice, and send those legs straight. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, reach out and over your legs, forward fold. Again, you can keep the spine long here. Knees can always be a little bent, or you can forward fold, relaxing your head. Let's take a nice deep breath. And slowly rise back up. Bend your left knee. Option, well, we're going to heel toe that foot actually out to the side. So heel toe that knee out to the left. If you have a block, you're going to place that block at its medium height right inside your knee. If you don't have a block, that's totally fine. We're going to set our hands back behind us, let that knee fall in towards the center. You want to heel toe your left foot out as much as you can here. Keep the spine tall. We're getting an internal rotation of the hip. The knee is resting on your block, or it's just kind of being held above the ground here. You just want to feel sensation in that knee and that hip. Find a place that feels sustainable. Take about 3 breaths. And gently release. Move that block. Heel toe that foot back to center. Send the leg long. Other side, pull the opposite knee in, walk that foot away. Sit back on your hands, let the knee fall into center. Your foot is out to the side, it's in the same line as your knee. Lift the chest, keep the back of your neck long. Let's take 3 breaths right here, getting a nice internal rotation of our hip. Gently remove the blocks and that leg forward again. Just give the feet a little shake here. All right, bend your knees. We're going to keep the knees together. You're also welcome to place a block between your knees if that feels good. We'll just do a little bit of core warm up before we take it to our back. So you're welcome to set your hands behind you as a modification, or you can reach your hands forward. We're going to squeeze the block or squeeze our knees together so much so we can lift our heels off the ground and then maybe even our feet. So if you feel really rounded here, like you're dumping in your chest, that's a good sign that you might need a little bit of support by pressing your hands on the ground. Try and bring your feet up in line with your knees here. Keep the chest lifted. We'll find a nice inhale breath. Exhale, begin to sit back a little bit into full bow. Exhale, bow pose. Inhale, lower out. Exhale, lift back up 1 more. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull yourself up. Take a deep breath. Lift the chest a little higher. And release your feet to the ground. Set your block off to the side if you used it. And we're going to keep our knees bent. Roll down onto our backs. All right. Let's take figure 4, right foot up and over the left thigh, just stretching out our glutes a little bit here. Option is stay where you are, or you can lift the left leg up, interlace your hands behind the left leg, and pull that knee towards you as you breathe here. Feel the shoulders soften, feel your low back resting on the earth. Keep pulling that knee towards you. Take another deep breath. And gently release that foot. Let's switch legs. Bring figure 4 with the left foot up and over your right thigh. Pull that knee towards you. You can grab the back of your thigh. Breathe along the outside of your hips. Feel your low back pressing into the ground. Let's take another deep breath. And then release that foot back to the earth. Both feet are on the ground here. We're going to open the psoas muscles, the front of our hips. So reach your hands towards your heels until the middle fingers just brush the back of your feet. You're going to press your palms down. On an inhale breath, lift the hips high. Shimmy your shoulders together. You can interlace your fingers on the mat beneath you. Draw the knees a little closer together. Lift the hips as high as you can. Really press the back of your head into the mat as you pull your heart closer towards your nose. Engage the core. Lift the hips a little higher. Press your feet into the ground. Take one more full breath here. On your next inhale, lift the heels, release your hands. Slowly roll the spine down one vertebrae at a time. Heel toe your feet as wide as your mat. Reach your hands over your head and just windshield wiper the knees side to side. Really loosening up your hips. Letting go of any heavy emotions. Our hips are where our sacral chakra resides. This is all about relationships, how we view others, how we interact with others. It's also where we harbor deep-seated emotions. So it's always nice to take a little clearing in this area before we go out into our day in a space of reactionary emotion. Maybe we can embody peace instead. Bring your knees back through center. We're going to pull them into our chest, giving ourselves a nice squeeze here. Keep the knees into your chest. Send your arms out into a T shape by your sides. Let your knees fall over to the right. You can kind of rest your right hand on top of your legs. Look over your left shoulder. Breathe into your low back here. Bring your knees back through center and then over to the left. Rest your left hand on your legs, look over your right shoulder, take a few breaths here. And then bring your knees back through center, hug your knees into your chest, give yourself a squeeze, lift your chin up to your knees, squeeze into a tiny ball, and then relax into your Shavasana. Send your arms and legs long. Let your palms roll open by your sides. I think it feels nice to have a bolster resting under the knees, but of course, if you don't have a bolster, just laying back is fine. If your low back feels lifted off the ground or a little tight, you can always bend your knees and let your knees knock in together. All right. Palms roll open by your sides, lift your chest, kind of scoot the shoulder blades together to open up across your heart space. Feel your toes fall out and away from each other, your feet relax. Feel your palms roll open away from each other and your hands relax. Relax your hips, your shoulders. Soften your jaw, give it a little wiggle side to side. Feel your tongue fall from the roof of your mouth. Relax your face, your eyelids, eyebrows, forehead. And then bring your inner gaze to the space between your eyebrows. Look deeply into the third eye, the Ajna chakra. This is our portal into our inner world, our intuition, our inner guidance. Rest in this space. Breathe into this space, this highest, most authentic self. Just take a few breaths here. Of course, you're welcome to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you would like. And when you feel ready, begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes and turn your head side to side. We
Reach your hands up and over your head. Taking a nice deep stretch with the body, point your toes, and then roll onto your right side. Supporting your head with your bicep. And then slowly begin to press yourself up, symbolizing the rebirth of our practice here. We'll return to a seat. Honoring the cycles of samsara, death and rebirth, we return to where we began. Yet here in this space, we feel a shift. Something feels a little different. This is grace. This is the power of our practice, the power that we have within ourselves. Each of us hold the power of creation, of transformation. Allow yourself to begin again here in this moment as you move into your day. May you take this practice with you, this breath and this peace. Bring your hands to heart center, to Anjali Mudra, sealing this practice in this moment. Let's end with the sound of Om together. This is the sound that resonates through the entire universe and reminds us that we are all one. Inhale together. It's an honor to share this practice with you. Lift your hands up to your third eye, connecting your mind with your heart. May you move through your day today with peaceful and supportive words. Bring your hands down to your lips. May you move through your day speaking with kindness and compassion. Bring your thumbs down to your heart space. May you lead from a place of love. Bring your hands down to your belly. May you listen to your gut and trust your inner guidance. And the light within me bows to the light within you. Namaste. Thank you all so much for sharing this practice with me. And remember, of course, you can always donate to my PayPal. Every dollar helps support me on this journey so that I can continue to share this practice with you and to share this practice with everyone that I can. Thank you and namaste.